My name is Brad Moore. I recently led a discussion group regarding concerns facing elderly family members. As I have had recent experience with this issue, my goal is to help educate those that are not as aware of the issues that older family members face, as well as discuss the effects that caring for an elderly family member has on other family members. The meeting was held 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on February 18, 2019 at Bethel University in McKenzie, Tennessee. The group members consisted of 5 students from Bethel University with whom I've had previous classroom experiences and 2 employees of the university. The age range of the group members was 23 to 50 years of age. Although I had prior interactions with each member as an instructor and coworker, I explained before the meeting that I would be serving as a leader for the group, but essentially I would be a member as well. This allowed me to hold the focus of the group, transition to different topics, and share within the group. By indicating that I'd be joining as a member with the group, it helped set the tone of a relaxed environment in which everyone could share. I opened with the purpose of the meeting. After clarifying the purpose, I read a statistic reflecting that some studies have shown that up to 50% of the homeless population is comprised of older Americans aged 50 and above. My goal for using this statement was to use it as an eye-opener to begin discussion. Noticing the look on some of the members' faces after I read the statement, I asked some of the members if this was surprising to them, and what did they think was the reason for this. After allowing one team member to speak, I utilized concept gained from Jacobs as I scanned the room to get a feel for other members wishing to contribute. I watched the expressions of group members as the speaking member mentioned possible reasons such as healthcare costs and lack of income. Noticing the expressions helped me identify members that had something to contribute and transition to different possible reasons for the statistic. As the range of reasons grew, members were able to expand on each other's thoughts without my intervention for the most part, except for when I noticed a member non-verbally affected by what was being said and I needed to draw them out. There was not a dominant team member that required my intervention. After nearly everyone had a chance to speak, I noticed one member relatively quiet. From previous conversations with the group member, I knew that the group member worked as a pharmacy technician. As the topic of cost of medicine was mentioned and realizing that he could greatly contribute to the discussion, I asked him what does he see on a daily basis concerning the cost of medicine for older adults. His contribution was astounding. After his contribution, group members were able to refer different types of medical plans that might present cost savings for those with an older family member. The group member was also more active throughout the rest of the meeting. Using handouts from scholarly articles that I had researched, I transitioned to the next topic, affordable housing for older adults. At this point, I shared my experience. Sharing my experience helped smooth the topic transition and seemed to make everyone more comfortable and ready to share their experience. After hearing my experience, other members opened up about the problems they have had being able to afford something besides a nursing facility for their older family member. Through the shared experiences, several local options were revealed that presented affordable alternatives that some of the group members were not previously aware of. Using handouts again to transition between topics, discussion led to some of the mental challenges that older adults face. Much like I previously did to grab the members' attention to the seriousness of the issue, I read a statistic that indicated that suicide rates are higher among older adults than any other demographic. Again, I asked members if they had any thoughts about why the statistic is so high. I then presented another handout that detailed aspects of dementia and Alzheimer's. I then asked if any members had experienced a family member who suffered from this. This led to several group members sharing their stories. After several students were able to share their stories, I shared my experience as well. The discussion revealed signs that we should all be aware of, and it was a very therapeutic experience. As members shared, local options that provide affordable care and delivery of medicines were revealed. This was a success to me, as identifying new information and resources was the goal of the meeting. I concluded the meeting by identifying a local agency that provides numerous services for the elderly and their family members. My leadership style was more of a facilitator. I wanted to give a sense that although I was leading the group, I was also there to share experiences. Sharing my experience helped others open up. The handouts helped me transition as well and keep the overall purpose and focus instead of focusing too heavily on one particular topic. Evaluating my performance, the group was successful as new information was gained through the therapeutic process of sharing. However, there are areas in which I could have improved. I feel as the group could have been even more educational and therapeutic had I prepared better. Although I had a plan and format that I followed, I felt as if I rushed the planning process. For instance, the handouts that I presented were very informative, but most of them were several pages long. In addition, I probably gave out too many handouts and presented information overload. Had I begun had I begun my research earlier, I could have presented higher quality handouts. I would also practice beforehand. Although I had a pre-planned format, I did not practice. I feel like the group had a better flow had I practiced. There was also one member that I was unable to draw out. Although I attempted several times by asking if some of the conversation related to her, she indicated she did not have any situations that were similar to what was being related. I did not want to seem overbearing and pushy, so I didn't push her. In retrospect, I think I could have done a better job attempting to draw her out. I think the group could have been more successful if I was more informed concerning the subject as well. Although I've had experiences, I could have benefited from a co leader who was an expert on the subject. Once again, though, this all goes back to better planning. In conclusion, the experience was educational and therapeutic. I learned from this experience how effective scanning the group and paying attention to nonverbal cues are to identifying sharing opportunities. In the future, I will take more time to plan. A measure such as taking the time to find more useful material could have helped me draw out the member that did not contribute and basically enhance the entire process. While meant to be an educational nature concerning the problems associated with the elderly, it was also a learning experience in leading groups for me.